All right, call this meeting to order, emergency meeting for Rio Grande City. It is Wednesday, April the 8th, approximately 4:30 p.m. here in Commission. Well, actually, we're virtual meeting, and it is here in 6332 East US Highway 83, Suite A. It's for Commission, but of course, it's a virtual meeting, and we have people at multiple sites throughout the city. At this time, we'll have the invocation by Commissioner Ramirez, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance by Commissioner Jones.
Father, I ask you to please guide us through this meeting, give us the wisdom to make the right decision for the citizens of Rio Grande. I ask you to please protect us from this COVID-19 pandemic, and that we may get through this pandemic soon. And that we stay safe. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. Pledge allegiance to the Texas state under God, one indivisible.
This time we'll have roll call and finding a quorum. Is that?
Yes, Mayor Villarreal. Mayor Pro Tem Garza. I'm not here. Commissioner Flores. Commissioner Ramirez.
Here.
Commissioner Jones.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Okay. Just for the record, I see Commissioner Flores. Can you
We
hear?
just can't hear her.
Okay, Mayor, I just want to make sure, I heard that the meeting's being recorded, but I want to make sure it's also being streaming live.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, for the record, the meeting is being streamed live and it's being recorded.
Yes.
I just had it confirmed by Ashley.
Do we have anyone signed up for public forum?
No, sir.
Okay, for the record, no one had signed up for public forum.
No, sir.
Okay, and I see Commissioner Flores. All right, so at this time, we're, the item for consideration is item A, discussion and possible action related to the city of Rio Grande City's response to the COVID-19 epidemic, including but not limited to extending the city's disaster declaration and amending the city's disaster declaration plan by the Stark County's April 6th order. And as y'all are aware of, our current order will be expiring on the 15th of this month in the next few days. So we are here to consider our next option. Are we planning to extend it? Are we planning to modify it? And or what's in our business? Of course, in having conversations with the county judge as well as our health authority, Dr. Vasquez, there's the county's order expires on the 30th, and of course, Dr. Vasquez has recommended as well for us to extend it at this point, and then from there review it again at a later time and decide what to do at that point. Now, granted, what we're considering here is at this point is, do we extend it to the 30th, and with the additions to the to our order to be in consideration with the counties? Because what we have been doing to date is we have been enforcing both the city's order as well as the counties. And you all are aware of the county's order and the addendums, which were forwarded to you, which included the facial coverings when people enter public spaces or public buildings. And of course, if there's a single room, single office, would not have to wear a mask or such matters of those, as well as the shelter in place throughout the day as well. And of course, the curfew remaining the same as we already have. Now, do you all have any questions or anything that needs further consideration, or anything in particular that stands out from the current order that we're planning to consider, or we are considering at this time? Okay. Has Dr. Vasquez called in? Ms. Garza?
No, he has not called in yet, sir.
Okay.
We'll be calling him to see if he's going to join.
Okay. Now, some of these questions that people have had, of course, we're answering them as we go. We've gone on the radio. We've answered questions through the phone as well. The hotline that we have as well. Of course, questions to us directly. And it's a continual education, because keep in mind that these orders continue to be fluid and dynamic. What we know today might change tomorrow, and therefore we have to adapt and be flexible. And by far we have been, and it's just a matter of us continuing in that direction to adjust and modify and continue to evolve as more information comes in regarding the fight COVID-19. And of course, getting the recommendations from our health professionals, health authorities, as well as other elected officials, and of course the medical community and others. Keep in mind, we're taking into consideration as well ideas from the business sector too, from the medical community, from educational entities, and collaborative effort to address the community's need, and at the same time considering expertise of multiple entities at multiple levels throughout the county. Mr. Perez, anything else that has been to you regarding business, or anything that has come up?
No, sir. We have been communicating with the other cities within the county, and of course the county judge and his staff, just to make sure that we're in sync. Also, the PD, fire department have been communicating, coordinating with the other departments also, just to make sure in the enforcement side and the compliance side that they're keeping in touch. And by the same token, code enforcement has also been doing the same. They've all been doing an excellent job in just reaching out to each other and making sure that if we're doing something new or they are doing something new, that's being passed on to everyone.
Okay. How about for you, commissioners? Have there been any questions directed to you that have stood out, or anything that we need to consider or change in this new order?
Well, Mayor, I have a quick question. I know that I've been seeing a traffic at the Fordyce walking trails. Are we doing anything about that, Mayor, or is it okay for the people to be walking there? Because I've been seeing 15 to 20 vehicles parked there in the afternoon.
We have closed all parks. However, the Fordyce property, we have left it open. However, we are asking people to maintain social distancing and make sure that they continue to follow the ordinances and orders in place. And but it's one of those where we're gonna continue to monitor to make sure that people are following it. And if at some point we feel a need to close it down, then at that point, that's something we can definitely consider. Keep in mind that there is that component from the governor as well that has, of course, essential business being exercise, biking, running, walking. And even though we closed the other parks, that in itself, the way the nature trails are, it allows itself for people to expand and be able to practice social distancing. But it's one of things what we need to monitor. If we see that there's a need to close it down because people are not following social distancing, then that's something we will need to do. But so far,
I've been seeing the city and the county and the city been going by there. I've seen the vehicles there, so
yes.
I can't.
But
They've been
I agree,
monitoring.
it's a concern, and we need to monitor it because, and at the same time, we need to allow people the opportunity to exercise, and that is a perfect place to do it, away from traffic. But at the same time, people the opportunity to practice safe social distancing. But again, we need to monitor it, make sure that people are not are complying with all these social distancing and minimizing the risk of exposure. And if at any point in time you all go through there or see any concerns, let's monitor. Let's monitor it on a consistent basis. And should there be a need to close it down, then we should at that point, based on any concerns.
I've been asked that question, that's why, and I told them, as long as nobody tells you to leave, I don't see any problems with it, but.
Well, no, it just, again, it's, I know we keep pushing the message, and by and large, I think the majority of individuals are practicing the social distancing as well as the orders that are in place. In fact, yesterday I went to HEB, for example, and I did not see a single person without a facial covering. In fact, many people had gloves as well. And for sure, they had all the facial coverings. And even outside the store, I saw many people with the facial coverings as well. Not that, I mean, outside we haven't gotten to the point there yet, but practicing it. So I feel that by and large, people are practicing and following suit with all the recommendations and the mandates that we have established. Has been the main reason, or one of the reasons, that I think the numbers continue to be steady for us as far as Stark County and Rio Grande City. And that's one we need to continue to monitor, and we cannot let the settle at this point, because this is something we cannot take a chance to let go of. And that's why we're considering this today. Hello, Commissioner, I see you here, sir. Welcome. So, and that's one of the reasons, of course, we're here is, we're considering another 2 weeks and some days, and reevaluate at that point and what we need to do. Now, through this process, keep in mind that city business continues to operate with all the mandates in place, the facial coverings, the skeleton crews, the minimizing of staff, minimizing the exposure, but at the same time maintaining services, supporting the needs of our community. So all that's in place too. And and as we continue to evolve here with this dynamic of this COVID-19, address how we're gonna, and we have, by the way, all these in place through our Economic Development Corporation, as well as the Stark County Industrial Foundation and other entities here to have the next phase, which is our strategic business and economic recovery efforts, because that's the next phase. What are the efforts? And we already have some of those in place, by the way, resources to the business community. We have all that information on our EDC website, our Facebook pages, the cities as well. And these are resources to the business community and the public in general that people can access to start getting some of that information. So going back to this here, this whole, and of course it's all related to COVID-19 because all this is moving forward here. Any questions on that? Any other concerns or thoughts or anything pertaining else that, and of course you all had the opportunity to review it. And if we need to make any additions or changes, keep in mind we can always come back and continue to add any other addendums to this, should the need be to do that at that time. No? Okay, so are we ready then to entertain a motion at this time, or do you all need anything else in reference to this? No? Okay. Everybody hear me still?
Yeah, you cut off, but if you're ready for a motion, Mayor, I'm gonna make a motion to approve item as discussed.
Okay.
Item 2A.
Okay, yeah, there's a, you don't have, do you have any of the wording that we can have for that, Mr. Villarreal, for this? Do you have a copy of it, Commissioner Ramirez?
Yes, I'm sitting here in front of, yeah, it's in front of me,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, go ahead. Can you make that motion?
Ray again.
Yes, Commissioner Ramirez, do you have it, or who's gonna make the motion? Do you all have it?
I have it, Mayor. You want me to read the whole
Yes,
paragraph?
please. Yes.
Okay, I make a motion to approve the Rio Grande City's response to the COVID-19 epidemic, including but not limited to extending the city's disaster declaration and amending the city's disaster declaration plan by adopting the Stark County's April 6, 2020 order.
Hey, does that suffice there, Mr. Villarreal, on the language? Mr.
He needs to
Villarreal, I
unmute.
can't-
He's muted.
Is that better?
Yes.
Yeah.
There we go.
Did you hear the motion? Would that suffice for purposes of moving forward?
It does, yes.
All right, so we have a motion to approve by Commissioner Ramirez.
I second that, Mayor.
Second.
We have a second by Commissioner Jones. Any further discussion? No? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right.
Actually, my mistake. All those in favor, raise your hand. I forget that we're in virtual. All right, so all those opposed, say no. All right, it's a unanimous at this point, and motion passes. And at this time, anyone would like to adjourn the meeting at this time?
So make the motion to adjourn.
All right, we have a motion to adjourn by Commissioner Jones. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Ramirez. All those in favor, raise your right hand. All right. Opposed? Say no. All right, motion carries. Meeting adjourned. It is 54 p.m. Much appreciated.